Get set. Login says I am yes. Jen, do not switch gears. Everybody's muted except the person speaking. So you're right on where you should be. So it's 7 p.m. here in lovely Saco, Maine. Welcome everybody to our webinar. And we'll run about 55 minutes, leaving a couple minutes toward the end to follow up or do anything needs done. The quote on the screen is a nice, commonly heard, a journey begins with a single step. But we like the translation of beginning where you stand. I thought that was nice, and beginning beneath one's feet. So always with translated materials, it's kind of fun to go into the literature and find out other people's takes on the translation. That is also a really helpful metaphor when you think about leadership and yourself as a constantly developing leader who's doing a lot of leadership every day and will be doing more as you go along. You're on the journey already, and you're joining with this cohort for this event, program, research, inquiry, all the things we're going to talk about, is part of a much longer journey. So it's not really a beginning, but kind of a middle. What we're going to do tonight is give people a chance to come in and out with this technology. We're going to primarily focus on you folks introducing yourself. The prompt will be coming up here in a moment. And then the two faculty members who are teaching the introductory course are on board tonight, and they will introduce themselves and each of them talk a little bit about one of their interests in terms of that introductory course. So that is the deal. I'm going to run down to the agenda so you can see the purposes of this evening's session. The review of the curriculum, we did post it in the course this year. I may pull up a couple of slides, but people have had a pretty good chance to walk through that. So we'll see how we do for time. And the prompt, after you introduce yourself and your location and your role, is something about balancing work, school, and personal time. So each of you gets to make one recommendation for balancing work, school, and family. That'll get us off to a fairly holistic start. All right, so that is my introduction. And what we're going to do to start is open Pam Flood. Pam is the one of the two instructors for the 801 and has done some pretty important curriculum design work with the site study process that goes through the first 2 years of the program. Pam, welcome.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here. I'm happy to be connecting with all of you. Did you want me to move into the introduction?
Yes, please.
Or did you want to go to Cheryl?
No, you can say a little more if you would.
All right. So again, I'm Pam. I work with UNE. I'm a visiting instructor right now. And my interests are just very much in leadership, but authentic leadership, and looking for unique ways to connect with organizations that value the gifts that people bring. It's almost like when you're working in kindergarten, where you try to design the learning so that the students can do and demonstrate what they know, versus fitting into a construct and losing some of those important gifts. And balancing work, school, and personal life is something I continue to work on. So I use meditation to kind of keep my mind still, so I'm not sort of on the treadmill all the time. So I guess that's part of my process is using meditation to keep me balanced.
Great. Thank you for introducing yourself. Let's go on to Cheryl. Cheryl is the other instructor for this cohort that's coming in. Cheryl, you are unmuted. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Robertson. I live in Orono, Maine. My leadership interest, or my interest in this course, is that I'm all about working collaboratively with people, and also about being restorative and transformational leadership. I'm very much interested in restorative justice and restorative practice, not only in schools but in places where sometimes damage has been done, and the offender is often dealt with in kind of a punitive way. So I'm all about restorative leadership and collaborative leadership as well, working with faculty and staff. I have a doctorate in at-risk education and school administration. And how do I balance work, school, and family? I'm a single mom, so it definitely is a balancing act. I practice yoga, but that's for me. I take care of me sometimes. But I try to take at least a day off to just be me, and at least a day, when the school year starts, and sometimes more. But I try to take 24 hours of just not thinking about anything except about my son and what we can do together. So I think that's one way that I do it. I'll probably think of others after I leave here.
Yeah, and you'll get a lovely bunch from this team here.
And that's it.
Thank you. All right, Andrea.
Yeah, sure.
See if we can hear you. Andrea Kessler. Two Angies and an Andrea. So Andrea?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead and introduce
Hello?
yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. My name is Andrea Kessler. I live in Titusville, Pennsylvania. I'm an instructor in the physical therapy department at Gannon University. And I'm looking forward to putting to test some of the things I hope to do once school starts to balance my life. But the big thing is trying to prioritize everything as well as structure everything so that I'm focusing on family at one time, school at one time, and work at one time. And hopefully it will work.
Great. Welcome, and thank you for getting us started. Let's get Bob Carl in. Bob, go ahead. Let's see how your audio is.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better today, hopefully.
Much better. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Bob Carl. I live in Cornwall, New York. Okay. I live in Cornwall, New York. My name's Bob Carl. I work at West Point, where I serve in the Office of the Commandant, working programs, systems, and policies surrounding the Corps cadets. Been doing that for about 4 years now. Retired military. One way I'm looking at hopefully balancing work, school, and personal life is I drive my youngest up to college this week, and she's off, so my wife believes I'm filling my empty nest syndrome with taking this program. And so it's only that added time of none of the kids at home, first time in about 27 years that allow me to do that. I think I'll need every minute of it with all this online technology challenges I think I've been having for the last week, but starting to get the handle of it. That's all I have from here.
Super. I recommend you keep a date night.
I will do that.
Great. Okay, Brian, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Clemens. I'm the Director of Financial Aid at Asheville Buncombe Technical Community College in North Carolina. And what I do to try to balance work, school, and my personal life, try to be mindful to be in the present moment at all times.
Good advice. That goes with Cheryl's yoga, certainly. All right. Let's see. David, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. My name is David Coulter, and I am an academic trainer in the Houston Independent School District, where I spend a lot of my working days in online course development, as well as the webmaster for my department. And in my spare time to balance life, I enjoy singing, karaoke, working out, and as so many have said, meditating and yoga also helps. But ultimately, I love to spend time with my grandparents because they have so much wisdom to offer continuously, and I really treasure my moments with them. So that's how I balance my life. I'm also engaged to be married at the moment, and so I'm preparing for marriage and looking forward to it. Um, Also, I look to get to meet everyone, and I am so happy to finally put names with not faces but voices, should I
Mhm.
say?
You'll get the faces too, and congratulations on your upcoming wedding. And I would say how fortunate you are
Thank
to
you
have
so
your
much.
grandparents in your life. What a lovely thing. Cool. All
I am
right.
indeed.
All right, Deirdre, we're coming up here. The machine's fighting me. Here we go, Deirdre, go ahead.
Very good. Hi, my name is Deidre Williams. I'm a second grade teacher in the state of Georgia. Um, this is actually my second online program taking through the University of New England, and I look forward to it.
Excellent. So tell us about balancing work and everything else.
Um, I am pretty used to balancing a lot of things. I have 4 children. I'm in leadership in church, in school, at work. So as far as balancing things, I set time apart after school for my work time. I set time on the weekends to balance everything. But I also, having 4 children who are in sports and everything, I have to balance my school and work schedules around their activities and things they like to do as well.
Wow, that sounds busy. Great. Welcome. Derek, go ahead.
Yeah, hello, I'm Derek Begay. I'm in charge of Dean and Data and Accountability for a community school out in New Mexico. I currently balance my life by, just with my work schedule that's kind of set. With school, that's where I'm transitioning to make time between that and my personal life, but it's going pretty well. My personal life, things I do are run and play basketball and just keep myself busy, as much activity as I can, both physically and mentally.
Nice. All right. Thank you. Welcome. What time is it in New Mexico? You're on Central or Mountain or West Coast?
We're mountain, so it's 5 o'clock here.
All right. I have trouble with Arizona. They're never doing what I think they should do, but I think New Mexico's easier. So. Thanks so much, Derek. Diane, go ahead.
Thank you.
Diane, do you read me, Diane?
Oh,
There
sorry.
you are. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. I lost audio for a second. My name is Diane Convery. I work with the National Board of Medical Examiners on the United States Medical Licensing Exam. And I have 3 children. And balancing work, school, and personal life, I think, is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But just hoping to keep on a schedule and keep on top of things. I decided to do this a little bit late, but I'm looking forward to learning more.
Great. Welcome, and I'm glad to have you on board. Dwayne, go ahead.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dwayne Conway. I'm the principal at Miranda Cook High School, which is in Reedfield, Maine. I'm married with a 5-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son, and I'm pretty fortunate to be going through this program with a colleague here at school. So we'll hopefully be able to support each other. And I work with a tremendous administrative team in my district, and we really try to look out for each other and just support each other.
Great. All right. Good to have another MENA on board here. Is it Anza or Inza Utara?
Can you turn this off?
Anza or Inza Utara, can you hear me? I'm going to leave your mic open and give you a minute to poke around with the machinery. Jane, can you hear me? Hello,
Yes, can you
Jane.
hear me?
Yes, I see you have your hand
Hello.
raised. At some point, you're probably trying to get my attention. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello. Jane, you're talking to Jane now, not
Well, I think
Inza.
Enza's on board. So, Jane, hang on. Enza, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, you're
Can you hear
very
me?
faint. Can you get a little more volume on your audio?
Hello.
Yeah, better. Good. Speak up. Go ahead. Jane, thanks
Let
for
me
your
see
patience.
how.
Enza, go ahead.
Sure.
Is it better now?
Yes. Go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hello.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Enza Watara, and I work as a crisis worker at the Department of Health and Human Services in Maine. Basically, what we do is we are just there at the office, and we wait for crisis call, and we intervene. We either go on outreach, or we can intervene on the phone, and we also we also have some crisis houses where consumers can come and stabilize before they go back to their home. What I do to balance work, school, and personal life is I think I just stay focused. I just stay focused and committed to whatever I do. I think that's a kind of a nature for me. Whenever I decide to do something, I stick to it, and I do it to the fullest, no matter what. So I really don't have any much technique. But for this particular course, I think being a techie or a millennial, having a millennial personality will help a long way.
Great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I'm glad that the audio is working for you. Jane, go ahead.
Hello? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jane, but I go by Jenny.
Okay.
Jenny Kalman. I'm from Peterborough, New Hampshire. I live with my husband and my 2 teenage children. I'm in my 31st year of teaching, and I'm interested in transformational education and specifically instruction and literacy. I would have to say that I am like Derek in that I live in the moment. I try to be present with whatever it is in my schedule that I'm dealing with at the time. So when I'm working on this program, that's where my head will be. And when I shift to school or home, then I'll make that transition and really try to be attentive and present with whatever's going on there. I also have learned that with balance comes a bit of bending like bamboo. And so in order for me to stay in balance, I need to continue to also know that if I'm not flexible, then, I might break. And so while my schedule may be somewhat strict, I allow for, changes and things that come up that might alter my original plan. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to Jared. Jared, let me get your mic open. My machine's hopping around. Let's see. There we go. Jared, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, hi, my name is Jared Richards. I teach math at Northeast Metro Tech. It's a vocational school in Wakefield, Massachusetts. And I figured the best way for me to balance between work, school, and my personal life is I'm really sort of a linear type person, a list maker, and I really schedule things, I block things out, and to just really think of what needs to be done, what part of the day I need to do it in, and to stick to that schedule. I get in school, at 6 a.m. I get a lot of my work done then for the day, so that during my off periods I can focus on the program work, so that way when I get home I can be with my family and not get them too mad at me from time to time.
All right. All right. I hope that keeps working for you. Thanks, Jared. Jason, go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Jason Todd. I run a data and analytics practice. I split my time between River Falls, Wisconsin, and the Bay Area of California. I'm married, I have one son, and what really helps me stay balanced is I really get energized being exposed to new ideas and learning from teammates, and that really helps me stay focused both personally and professionally, and just love learning new things and look forward to working with the team on the phone here for the next couple of years.
Great, excellent. So I was born and raised in San Francisco and lived in St. Paul for 7 years. So I know that trip back and forth pretty well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Jen, go ahead.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. My name is Jen Withers. I'm the Academic Success Center Director and TRIO Student Support Services Director at Dickinson State University in Dickinson, North Dakota. I actually have a brother that went to the University of River Falls, so go Falcons. I have, let's see, in the last year I started this job, got married, had a baby, so I have to say right now for balancing work, school, life, I am a list maker and prioritize, and that's so far working for me and working really well. So if I need to get out and get away from people, I like to go running and hiking, and here in western North Dakota we have the Badlands, so it's a perfect opportunity.
Lovely. You've had a lot going on. So you also need a date night with that new baby.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Justin, you're on.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and clear.
All right. My name is Justin. I live in northeastern Pennsylvania. I am an athletic trainer and coordinator for student wellness services for a Penn State campus. I'm also an alumni to UNE for my undergraduate, so I'm looking forward to getting another degree from them and learning more from UNE. Balancing my life can be a little challenging as an athletic trainer because you have odd hours, weekends, evenings, sometimes holidays with games and practices, but being a native New Englander, I find a lot of time to just relax with kayaking and hiking and just being outdoors.
Great. It's a lovely place to do that for sure. So thank you for introducing yourself. Okay, we're going to have one more. We're going to do Keisha, and then I'm going to ask Pam to talk a little bit about keeping a journal in graduate school. So Pam, a little heads up. I'll be coming to you in about a minute here. Keisha, go ahead.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. I'm Keisha Balaji, and I am talking from Washington, D.C., and I currently work as an instructional specialist at a charter school, and as well as working as a mentee to become a principal for a new charter school for next year. As far as the balance, that's tough because I myself am a single mom, and I find that what has helped me in the past, being that my job is very challenging, is just having the support of family. So whenever anyone volunteers to spend some time with my daughter, I say yes, so I can just get some me time or be able to take care of other things or just kind of rest. Unfortunately, I'm not able to take up too many hobbies that I would like to do because, things are a little bit busy. But I'm happy with that for now.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, Pam, I'm going to go ahead and put some notes up on the whiteboard here on our screen. These are notes from, where is my open recent? There it is. You can see on the screen that we have a handout here that goes along with the idea of keeping a journal in graduate school. And the 801 course particularly supports you to get into some habits of mind and habits of practice about writing things down and documenting those outside of specific assignments, to get in the habit of tracking your own practice. And there's a lot of different applications. So Pam is going to talk a little bit about that. Hey, Pam. I think we lost her. I'll get us started.
I had muted myself, so
there
now
you
I'm...
are. I
Okay.
unmuted you. It's
So
your
here
turn.
I go.
Okay.
Yes, here I am. Yes. So in terms of journal keeping, some of you may do it as a regular practice, and others this will be a new process for you. And as Michelle mentioned, there's a lot of applications for it in 801, and certainly in 802 when you move into the next course. There's some great opportunities for journal writing, and I love the quote that you have up earlier where Lao Tzu talks about that the journey begins under your feet. And with journaling, it's about what are you seeing in the moment. And so a journal can be just a very rich opportunity for you to capture how you're seeing things in the moment and to think about your perceptions. One of the quotes that we have in a handout that you would, I think it's on this handout, but a little earlier, might be on the first page of it, but perhaps we write toward what we will become from where we are. And I think that journaling just gives you such a rich opportunity to make notes. When you're reading something and you resonate with it, you know, write about that and write about why you're resonating with it. If you read something and it agitates you, again, write about what's going on. What is the perceptions, the memories, the understanding that you're bringing to that is coloring it differently than one of your colleagues. And this will become a very important tool for you as you engage in research, because it keeps you as real as you can be and in touch with yourself. If you're participating in a qualitative research study, you are the research tool. And so to have some skills about maintaining a journal and questioning yourself, questioning what you're seeing, and recognizing that what you are seeing in any given moment is only part of the story. There's so much information that comes at us in any given moment, and we're actually only able to interpret a small fraction of what comes at us. So to understand that you might be seeing something differently from someone else is very rich, and where you can start to track some of those trends is in journaling. The journals will be maintained throughout your coursework here, and actually as you move into year 2, you'll be revisiting your journals to understand how you've changed as a transformative leader. How are you seeing challenges? Are you seeing them as opportunities or as barriers? And you know, just how you're engaging in that process. I think here Michelle has on the screen that you can see there's a lot of ways for you to get started journaling. And for those of you that aren't as comfortable with it, starting off with lists and logs and keywords can be a great way to get started, but also then starting to note how you're interpreting or how you're seeing something, or if you feel comfortable with it or if you don't. It's a chance to get to know what you have to say. And one of the other quotes is, I was taught to write when I had something public to say, so I seldom wrote. Now I write in my journal to find out what I have to say, so I'm forever writing. And that's Jalen Nelson. So just thinking about the many opportunities that you have for your journaling. In 801, you will be engaging in a self-study, so the journal marries to that process very naturally. And through your dialoguing and discussion boards with other students, new ideas will be prompted and lifted to the surface for you. So to take those opportunities where something comes up and capture that in your journal, just capture those moments or highlights for yourself as well, can just be a really rich trail for you. It's like leaving breadcrumbs and remembering where you started, and so that you can really attend to the journal. There's some questions here that Michelle just pulled up. You know, what do I agree or disagree with? And I was talking to you, what feels comfortable? Like, what do you resonate with, and what agitates you? You know, just really connecting into those pieces. As you're writing, what are you learning about yourself as a learner? And this is that whole metacognition. And some of the pieces that will be very helpful for you early on is journaling about which assignments come easy for you, which assignments are a little more challenging for you, and what's going on with that. Is it, you know, do you do better when you have things staged out, so that you start to understand how you learn best, so that you can ask for the resources to keep you on track and fully engaged in the program. I know that we always look toward the end of the program and the reward of leaving with your degree, but it's really about the journey and enjoying those moments in the journey. Many of you talked about being fully present, and so being fully present with this process, and one of the ways that you can capture that presence or bring yourself to think about it is through journaling.
All right. Thank you, Pam, for
You're
letting us
welcome.
press pause and giving us a little insight into journal keeping. We'll tell some stories about that as we go along here. So we are at Kristen Levesque. Kristen, I'm going to open your mic, and we're going to pick up where we left off with the introductions. Kristen, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Kristen Levesque. I live in Reedfield, Maine. I'm a head counselor at Maranacook Community High School, and I'm also a teen crisis worker supervisor for crisis and counseling. And I also make lists to prioritize what I need to do. I have 2 kids, and I have a husband, and I use them a lot to balance my time, and I also like to run.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. Lisa, you're coming up next. Lisa
Hi.
Janosic. I have 2 Lisas here back to back. Lisa Janosic, go ahead.
I'm Lisa Janisic. I live and work in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm an 8th grade science teacher as well as the science liaison for our middle school. We have 3 in our district. I'm married. I have 3 daughters, and the youngest is also going off to college, actually to Scotland soon. So I think we'll be filling in some of that downtime that I think I would be having. I'm also a list maker, but always reserve some time on the weekends to walk Old Orchard Beach with my husband, which we'll do this Saturday because it's our 32nd wedding anniversary.
Congratulations. Yeah, we live about 10 miles away from OOB, and we don't go in the summer. We go off season.
I love it in February. I really
Yeah, that's
do.
the best. Yeah.
Wonderful place to be.
Great. Welcome. Thank you. All right. The other Lisa, Lisa Myers, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Lisa Myers, and I am an instructor and a program coordinator for a non-traditional student degree program at Texas A&M in Texarkana, Texas. And balancing life, I appreciate everyone's honesty and that they're still struggling with this, because I am too. And I think for me, it's very important to make sure that I have at least one Saturday a month where my husband and I can be spontaneous, not plan anything, just wake up and feel that we have the freedom to be spontaneous. I find that goes a long way in making me feel balanced.
That is a great idea. I read somewhere that everybody's got their whole weekend booked too, from the minute they get out of bed till they go to bed, Saturday, Sunday. So that makes for a very unweekendy feeling, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Mark, go ahead. Hey, Mark McKinney, can you hear me? Can I hear you? Speak up.
Can you hear me, guys?
Can hear you good. Go ahead.
Can everybody? Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Mark McKinney. I presently reside in Rineyville, Kentucky, which is a stone throw away from Fort Knox, where I retired after 20 years of service in the U.S. Army. I'm a retired biomedical IT officer, so the IT portion of this is kind of easy to me. I am married with 9 children, the youngest of boy and girl twins who are 9 and preparing to go to Florida State University already. So I'm already preparing to balance that as well as this program. So the thing that I'm working on right now is balancing my young ones coming home from school and probing with me with all kinds of questions about what it's like to go to college, and one who wants to be a pediatrician, and the other who wants to be a computer engineer, along with my wife who is our Army Reserve chaplain, and dealing with all the nuances of being a retiree. So I have plenty of time to engage in this program and make time for my family. So that's the easy part for me, is making time for the program. The hard part is being able to fit time in for myself. And so that's one thing that with the journaling and with my iPhone and my computers and making sure I'm very balanced. I've had plenty of practice in the military and being very structured, and so that's what I do to ensure that I have my balance with my yin and my yang, to make sure that I keep everything in harmony and balance. One of the things that I'm looking forward to doing is something that's near and dear to my heart. Is working with veterans, which is one of my research topics that I'm looking forward to, is to analyze and look into why military veterans are not utilizing their educational benefits, which is primarily one of the reasons why they entered military service in the beginning. So that's what keeps me grounded and keeps me balanced. And I look forward to working with all of you in this program, and thank you for listening.
Excellent. I think you're a candidate for a local coffee shop or a carol in an old-fashioned library. Then you can go somewhere and you feel like you're on duty, but you won't be at the house and you won't be distracted. So it might work for you.
Yeah, and my wife makes sure that she keeps me in line.
Yeah. Got to have somebody staffing you, right? All right.
Exactly.
Thanks so much, Mark. Mary, go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Good.
Okay, yes. My name is Mary Jace. I am in my 17th year as a teacher in the Boston Public Schools in Boston, Mass. Right now I'm a reading teacher and I'm working just part-time. I have 3 kids. My oldest is 6 and my youngest is 2. And believe it or not, the reason I'm doing this program is because this is for me. I really enjoy the intellectual stimulation. I've been taking a lot of online courses over the past few years just to help myself learn, and my husband finally said to me, why don't you start putting these courses to something, towards a degree. So I'm excited to have this time. I have time set aside, a big chunk of time set aside every week and during the days that I work. So I'm not really worried about balancing that so much. But as my kids get older, all these sports programs and things that I have to sign up for and do and all that pressure, that will be where I start to need to balance some things and some time. So I'm excited about this.
Great. Welcome.
Thank you.
Megan, go ahead.
Okay. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Megan Koster. I come from Boise, Idaho, where I'm a clinical assistant professor at Boise State University in the respiratory care department. I love my job, I love my students, and I'm very excited to learn how this program can impact them ultimately. I like to do stuff outdoors. We're really lucky in Idaho. We have mountains, rivers, all sorts of things to play around in. I like to run and bike with my husband and stepson, who's getting to be quite the mountain biker at the age of 8. And some of the things I'm learning to do as far as keep myself organized is, like a lot of you have said, do almost like a weekly list, what needs to be done. And then just to be really honest with myself as far as my how far I'm extending myself. I really like to volunteer with many different organizations, and unfortunately that might have to take a little bit of a back seat, but I think they'll understand. So nice to meet you all. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much. And that is a beautiful corner of the world, for sure. All right, Nancy, let's see if we still have your audio good. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm still here.
Good.
Hello to everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Great. My name is Nancy. Okay. And I work for a college in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm the assistant manager of education and technology. And I have 53 instructors that report to me. And I've only been in the job for a couple of years. This is my third online degree program. I did my second bachelor's, my master's, and now this program. And my thoughts on prioritizing and keeping everything in check. I have 4 daughters and a great husband. So it's anybody's guess from day to day. I get it done, and at the end of the day, it's all good.
Great. You sound very organized. All right. Nicholas, go ahead.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Fantastic. My name is Nick Gill, and I live in Portland, Maine. I am currently the Director of Institutional Research at York County Community College in Wells. I also teach developmental math at Southern Maine Community College in South Portland. This is my second online degree program. In 2012, I finished my master's, and what I learned through that process as far as organizing myself is that I make use of calendaring through different technology applications at work, and that sync through my iPhone and every other Apple device that I own. And I also calendar like personal time to make sure that I'm accounting for the different responsibilities of my day. So I use technology to keep me on track, as well as my partner who keeps me sane.
Wonderful. We're looking at our kid maybe going to Southern Maine for a few terms to in South Portland there. So you may turn up. All right. Paul, go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very
Hello?
well. Uh-huh.
My name is Paul Gonzalez. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm a single father of 2 girls. I am a work cadre supervisor for the Federal Bureau of Prisons in downtown San Diego. And the way I manage my time, I think, is what I've done is I've created in each facet of my life into a family structure. Work. Everyone that I worked with, I've been working with for 20 years. So we've become a family. I get a lot of support from them in my academic endeavors. It's the same thing at home. My 2 daughters, they value education. They know what I'm doing. I get a lot of support from them as well. So my 3 families, I guess, would be work, my home, and my education, and they seem to fit together pretty well.
That's a nice way to frame it. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, Paul, you're up next.
Hi, my name is Paul Nolan. I'm an associate professor of English at CU Community College in upstate New York. In terms of balancing life and work and all of that, I don't know if I've always been very good at it, but I do have certain plans to improve over the next couple of years, and starting as soon as possible. I have been able to set aside a lot of time in my teaching schedule so that will free me up to do the work for this class. And when I'm feeling overwhelmed pretty much with anything, I will, take a step back and relax and sort of think about things, because I know that if I get overwhelmed with things and try to work with a lot of stress involved, the results are not going to be very good.
Good call. Yep. So you will get to practice that in this program, but you probably already bring some skills with you. So that's excellent. Rebecca, how are you doing?
Hi.
Or Becca. I think
Can
you
you
go
hear-
by Becca.
Yes,
Okay, welcome.
thanks. My name is Rebecca, Becca. I'm a director of marketing communications at a community college in Western Massachusetts. I have a 4-year-old son, and pretty much he takes up all my time. I've done my master's degree online as well. I think the most important thing is, although I don't ever follow this advice, is to delegate work to other people around my house, and I need to get better at that. In fact, I was folding laundry as I was listening to everyone's introduction.
Yes, the mommy multitask. Mm-hmm. Great. Good advice.
I think that my biggest downfall is that I need to let other people do things.
Well, you can practice.
Yes, definitely.
Great. Welcome, Becca. Robert, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Bob Wygand. I work at St. Luke's University Health Network in Bethlehem, PA. I'm the Director of Organizational Development there. I've been there for 24 years. I think in listening to all of you tonight, I come from a little bit different space in that my kids are in their late 20s and early 30s. And to Mark, I've raised a son who's a pediatric cardiology fellow, so there's probably some things I can share down the road about what that's like. But it's been a good journey. They are my inspiration. I'm divorced, so my days are really divided into an early start. Typically, I get up about 4:30 in the morning and exercise 6 days a week. I like kayaking. I love reading and gardening, and it's been a wonderful summer here in Pennsylvania. So the things that kind of ground me are my faith, working with people who are religious. One of the things I've done over the last 5 years is to work with the principal of the high school that I used to go to in a kind of a voluntary way, and to help her with her leadership skills. So that continues to ground me, and it's a good resource.
Great. It's great you have time also to volunteer while you're taking your own journey here. All right. Roberta.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi there. I'm Roberta Lucas. I'm sitting here on the coast of Maine watching the tide fade and the sun set, and it's beautiful here in Cundy's Harbor. I'm the federal program coordinator for the state of Maine, which basically means I'm the compliance coordinator for special education. I go into all the local districts and audit for their provision of FAPE to children with disabilities. Some of the things that balance me are I love music, I love to play the piano, I love to take time to be with my family. I have a new grandchild who has just moved into my home with my son and his wife, so that's been a little bit of a chaotic time, but I hope to balance all of my school and work and family through just taking time in the places that need to be given.
Great, welcome. It has been a beautiful summer here, for sure.
It has.
Okay, Rodney.
Yes, hello, Michelle?
Yes, go ahead.
Great, wonderful. Well, good evening. I'm Rodney Irizarry from Cheshire, Connecticut, and I'm looking forward for the program, actually. I just finished my my 6th year in education leadership from Quinnipiac University, and I'm looking forward to becoming a vice principal soon, I hope. There are a few jobs out there. It's a lot of competition, so I'm holding my ground. I am a secondary ed teacher. I teach career education, and I also teach at University of New Haven as an adjunct professor, business courses, and I also teach an online course for Charter Oak State College in New Britain, Connecticut. I have 4 children, 2 which are in college, and 2 young kids, and married, and let's see, what keeps me intact is my sticky notes. My sticky notes, and of course my phone. It never leaves my pocket. And of course, reminders from my wife. Don't forget this, let's do that, let's go here, let's go there. But if it wasn't for her, there's no way I could be intact. And I actually am looking forward for this journey as well.
Great, welcome. All right, Sandra, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. What a wonderful evening it is here in New Orleans, Louisiana. I am the executive director of the Algiers Charter School Association, which is the largest charter management organization in Louisiana. And I am responsible for ensuring balance and cohesion in curriculum, instruction, and assessment, and also for the professional development for everyone in our association, which is maybe 600 plus employees. I am excited to be on this journey with you all and plan to learn lots of things from you. Already, I have heard that I'm on the same page with many of you with being able to keep my peace and my balance and being in the moment. One of the ways I do that is having a very inclusive calendar. I tend to treat my assignments as projects. And so I put them in small chunks of work that are pre-planned and laid out in a calendar. And I use Siri a whole lot. Any of the iPhone users, you know, I work Siri a lot. So really, whoever created that, I am very grateful for. And I have a fantastic husband
Wonderful.
who helps me with the 2 children that we have who are very active in the band and cheerleading and dance and piano lessons and, you know, things like that. Also, I heard someone else say about delegating. I'm doing a better job with that because my name, Sandra, means helper, and I tend to do that a lot on my job and in my personal life and in my church. And so those things that I can have someone else to do, I am doing a better job with that in all facets, and also helping to build capacity in them. So those are my ideas. I hope to learn a lot with and from you all.
All right. So we're going to check with you in 3 months and say, have you delegated 3 things today, Sandra?
I hope.
Yeah, good. All right. Thanks so much. Okay, Sarah, go ahead. Okay, Sarah, you have a note to me about calling in. I'm going to leave your mic open. You may want to try again here because I think we had you earlier. So if you get some audio, jump in and we'll work around you here. Scott, go ahead.
Good evening. I am calling in here from Albany, New York. I'm the associate head of school at an independent day school called the Albany Academy, and I've been here for 19 years. I have 6 children. I'm not going to catch up with Mark. I think I'm going to call it quits. But I do have twins, as Mark does. Mine are 2 boys. My 2 oldest are in college. The twins are 2. So it's quite a spread there in years. I'm very interested in emotional intelligence and leadership education in the K-12 schools. I guess our family, I'd say our family is very competitive, sports oriented. All the kids, except for the twins, were involved in 3 sports all seasons. We love to hike and bike and boat. We do a lot of things as a family. And then my wife and I really enjoy following the kids around to all their sporting events and cheering them on. So we do, on our off time, we spend a lot of family time together. Let's see, keeping organized. Everything goes in the calendar, as a couple folks already mentioned, but I'm not an iPhone or Apple user. I use PC and Android, and I'm not going to make the switch, but that's okay. In terms of trying to balance, and it's been said over and over again, but wherever you are, that's what you focus on. That's my philosophy. When I'm at work, I really focus on work and doing it well. When I'm with my kids, they get my 100% attention, or my wife, or wherever I am, that's where the attention is. Listening to everybody and trying to keep it all organized. There are some connections with, we sent a student to Gannon University in Pennsylvania in 2007. Bob, if you know the Knowltons and the Rileys from hockey, they're families of ours. We went down to Houston to play in a basketball tournament in 2009. Reed Field, I don't know where that is. I know you can't get there from here. And I could go on and on. I've made little notes about everybody.
Good. I'm glad you see the connections.
But I won't take any more time. So, hello everyone.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for weighing in here. Sunny, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sunny Winstead. I am an assistant professor of occupational therapy at a small college in Western New York, Keuka College. So I teach pretty close to Paul at Keuka Community, so we're kind of right down the road. I am also married with 3 boys, ages 10, 12, and 14, so like lots of people, life is busy. I use a variety of concrete strategies similar to some that have been mentioned. One thing I will add, though, over the years I've gotten better at accepting that no matter how many strategies you use, at times life just isn't balanced, and that can be okay too. I try to really remember that there are times where priorities just need to shift a little bit one way or the other, and that that's okay as long as you keep your eye on the big picture. One of the strategies that we like to use for that is having regular family meetings. So from time to time, we'll all sit down and we'll just kind of talk about where everybody is and just making sure that everybody is feeling heard, feeling like their concerns are being listened to, and just using that to kind of check in and keep things on track. Thanks.
All right, welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, Tim, you're up next here.
Hello, my name is Tim Spurrier. I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm head of a school here. It's a 3-year-old to 6th grade. This is my 3rd year that I've been head of school here, but my 3rd independent school that I've been a head of school at. And I'm really bad at balancing, but I always put priorities: God, family, work, horses, and football. Not always in that order, but I try my best to find myself a little bit of balance in what I do.
Great. Do you bet on horses or do you ride them?
Riding.
We were at a local county fair here in Maine, and my husband saw harness racing for the first time. So that was very exciting. Yeah, those are nifty little fairs. The Mainers will know Skowhegan, and that's where we were. Okay. Jorgen, go ahead.
Hello? Can everyone hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Excellent. All right. So I'm Jorgen Marcel. I'm currently an Assistant Dean of Students and Director for International Student Affairs at the College of Worcester in Ohio, in the city of Worcester, Ohio, or town. I like everyone. I've got 3 kids. Thankfully, my wife helps out tremendously, but I still have to pull my weight. I've got a soon-to-be 12-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a soon-to-be 2-year-old. And a couple of them, one started school today, the other one starts school tomorrow. And we've got our international students that just flew in from across the world. So it's been quite a busy couple of weeks. But what I do to kind of balance things out is occasionally I just disconnect. I don't check my email, I don't check my phone. Just spend time with the family or spend time doing something that I enjoy, watching a soccer game or playing some video games. That's pretty much me.
Great. Welcome, and wonderful that you're hosting a student. And you're lucky your kids are going back. Us around here, our kids don't go back till after Labor Day, so we're suffering with them for another few weeks. I'm trying to get mine to chop firewood, so we'll see what happens. Sarah is on board but doesn't have access to a mic. I've asked her to go ahead and shoot me a little text about her strategy for balancing work and family. And we're closing on 8 o'clock. So Cheryl, are you able to hear me right now?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. I would like it if you could kind of mop up for us. So any patterns you heard or suggestions that you have after you hear a lot of folks weighing in on their balance of work and family, or other things you've picked up along the way with your experience as an instructor.
I'm taking notes, and I'm just like, I'm really excited to be here because I'm looking at like all the different parts of the country, and this is my first time kind of helping out with this, with this particular course. Yeah, I heard a lot of things, a lot of, keeping calendars and lists like that as far as balancing goes. I really like the people that are, or the way people said that, they're very present, they stay very present. I try to do that. I try to do that as well. Taking time off and just disconnecting, and making sure that you take care of yourself as well. It's all doable. It's all doable. So it's good.
Great. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to just let you know that what I wanted to share as we get ready to close here is give you a sense of how these 2 cohorts are structured. And you'll see that Each of the two sections will have approximately 28 folks to 30. After we get through the orientation and get underway, people find out pretty quickly if they just really don't have time to keep up with the work. So that's how we do the admission process and the planning about that. The sections are facilitated by the two instructors, and you've heard from both Pam and Cheryl tonight. And you're right now in a discussion group of about 10 to 12 members. We sorted primarily by role alike. Those don't stay constant through the program, but we're starting there. And then as we move into 801, those will be broken down into study groups so that you are working in a discussion board of about a dozen and you're working in a study group of 5 or 6. So that's a little snapshot of how you'll be working as we go along here. Let me get Pam to see if she has anything for closing, and then we're going to close up here. Pam, let me check your mic. You're open. Pam, go ahead and add anything you want to bring in.
Okay. Well, I did come across some entries from a dog journal and a cat's journal. And you are going to be engaging in a site study, so I thought that you might appreciate this. So this is 8 a.m. This is a dog's journal. Oh boy, dog food, my favorite. 9:30. Oh boy, a car ride, my favorite. 9:40. Oh boy, a walk, my favorite. 12 o'clock. Ooh, bath, bummer. 5 o'clock. Oh boy, dog food, my favorite. 5:30. Oh boy, mom, my favorite. Cat's journal. My captors continue to taunt me with bizarre little dangling objects. They dine lavishly on fresh meat while I'm forced to eat dry cereal. The only thing that keeps me going is the hope of escape and the mild satisfaction I get from ruining the occasional piece of furniture. Tomorrow, I may eat another houseplant. So, just as you are keeping your journal and remembering perspectives and how we see things, and I just also want to say thanks to, I think it was, let's see, I lost my list of names here, that talked about being present and that change is okay, and sometimes when things are not as comfortable as we'd like them to be, to not push them away, just be with it and it will pass. And to just be in those moments of comfort and challenge and joy and learning.
Great. Thank you, Pam. Okay, everybody. I appreciate so much you making it tonight, trying the technology, getting to know each other a little better. If you have questions about the specifics of the course over the next few days, you are welcome to talk to me. I'll stay on the phone here. Everybody else, I expect you to move on into evening activities and your families and get some work-life balance. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Michelle.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
So my mic is open, and anybody that your hands are sort of already raised from previous anything. So if you want me to open your mic, can you send me a question via the question box? And I will be happy to open your mic. Just say, hello, please let me speak. Scott, let me see if you're still on here. Scott, are you there?
I am.
Good. Yeah, I just found your question.
That...
It got buried up above a couple of other folks. I'm sorry it took me a minute to catch it. Where would I find Blackboard assignments? Trying to upload the TMP. That's your time management plan.
So at management plan for module 2.
If you look at your, let me see if I can call mine up right now. If you look at your Blackboard, generally, Let me see. Take me a second to get this course to reopen, but I will do that. Generally, the assignment Blackboard uploads are at the very bottom of the module panel. So if you go all the way down, you should see it. But I'll double check and make sure. So I'm going to open our course. I'm going to go to module 2. So if you go to where it says the time management plan link at the top of that panel.
Right.
You'll be taken to this panel here. Does this look familiar, or can you run it on your laptop or your computer while we're talking here? Once you click on that underlined.
I am. I have a laptop next to my computer. I see it.
Okay, so you see
Right.
assignment information due date.
Right.
Okay, if you scroll to the very bottom of that.
Right. Yeah, I see that now. I didn't click on that. I searched
And then
this
you can,
Blackboard.
yeah, it looks a little different to
I
me.
didn't look here.
Yeah, usually they're a little more blatant than that. And then the browse your computer, you can attach a Word document.
Right. Yeah, I'm good from there. I just had to find a place to click.
Super. Okay.
Excellent. That was it.
No, good.
Thank you.
Okay, you're
Have a
set to
good
go.
night.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, last call. Questions about the course while I'm on the phone here. Anybody? Go to the question box and prompt me, because the hands that are raised are, some of them are not really active, so I might want to call on all those people. All right. That's Scott. Lisa has a question. Lisa, let me get to your mic here. There we go, Lisa. Go ahead.
My question was, with Module 1 being closed, it was the orientation assignments and whatnot. If we hadn't done those, is
Oh,
that
it
something
shouldn't be
that we should be
closed.
concerned with at this
No,
time?
you should be able to go in and out of there. Do you not have access to Mod 1?
I think I had access to Mod 1. It just gave dates like you should have submitted them by August
yeah,
13th
not to
or
worry.
August 14th.
So this is primarily an asynchronous course, except these webinars. And the primary reason we run the two is because we want people to test drive the technology and get to hear each other a bit. Those are suggested dates, and the modules are open. Yeah, so you can go in, you can do them at your own pace. If you don't finish everything till Sunday, that's fine. I went in over this Sunday, Lisa, and I just ballparked to see how many people had come in and made some notes. It's not a matter of people doing better or not as good of work. It's just a matter of making sure people have access. What we do
all right. So
is we run an inventory next Monday. I'll work with my staff assistant and Matt, and we'll run an inventory. And anybody who hasn't done something, I'll send them an email and ask them to do it so I know they can. So it's not a sort of a make or break type of thing. It's really to make sure you feel confident you can do all the stuff.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Michelle.
You're welcome. Take it easy. Anybody else? All right, we're closing up.